Hi, welcome to another video today. So let's get started with our quote of the day. It's going to be Daniel chapter 3 verse 17. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. Alright, so that's our quote of the day, and what we're going to cover today is custom error messages. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so if you looked at the previous video, we kind of covered right into the error log, and so that's what we have here. So let's maybe extend on this and let's see what we can do. So in PowerShell, you can create like custom error messages by throwing the exceptions, like the descriptions of the message, and we could also use or we could use like the write error for non-terminating errors. So let's implement that. So let's try to do our write error, and so we can use our example that we used from yesterday. So I'll just cover what we're doing here. So we got a try catch block, and here what we're trying to do is trying to read this file, but this file doesn't exist, and we have an error action of stop. So we're going to move this error action here, okay, and we're going to okay, let's do a completely new example. We'll come to this one and maybe when we're reaching another example. So I'm just going to show you the simplest method first. Okay, if you didn't know what I did there, I just commented out this code so it would not run. And okay, so let's just do a write error for now. So I'm just going to write a piece of code here that will just check to see if this if the file exists below here. So let's just do, and then we're going to put not test path C script source file. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're creating an if statement here. I'm just trying to pick the simplest example so we could do this quickly, and we're going to use this new command called throw, and then we're going to create our custom error. Does not exist. Okay, so alright, let's just go through what we're doing here. So we're going to run through this if statement, and we're checking to see if this file exists. That's what test path is doing. It's checking to see if the path exists. So when you put an exclamation mark here, it makes it a not statement, because if I didn't have this here, what it'll do is it'll set this as false when it didn't find the file, but I want it to be true. So I want it to be true when it cannot find the file. So how do you do that? You have to create to like a not statement. So pretty much this will tell you if this is not, if this does not, well, if this is a not, meaning that it's the reverse. So when it cannot find the file, that becomes true. So that's what the not statement does with the exclamation mark. Okay, so when that becomes true, then we'll go to this code block here, and then we're going to use throw. So throw will actually create the exception. So it'll create like a terminating error custom message. So this is where you create your custom messages here, and it's useful so you could stop the script on critical error when critical errors occur. So let's give it a shot. All right. Okay, so it gave me the custom error here, and it gave me also the other custom errors. So it looks like the throw had an error within the error. So, But it worked here. As you saw, it gave us the custom error. And so now you could, so if you had specific commands, how this is useful, if you have specific commands that have, hey, I know I'm trying to read to see if a file exists because I'm using the test path, but I don't want to have the system, I don't want to have like the, the default errors. I want to create my own error so I know exactly, maybe you have like an error code on something you may want to put here, and so you could maybe identify it a little better, and that's why you use the throw. Alright, so let's clear this out. Okay, so as you can see, so we got everything we needed for that error, so that worked pretty well. So that's how you can make your custom errors. And let's maybe look at another example here. Okay, let's try to look at our try catch now. So we already learned about the throw, which is pretty easy to use. You can just create your if statements or switch or however you wanted to build it out. And okay, so now we're going to use our get content, and as you notice, this will fail because that file doesn't exist, and we're going to have our error action stop. But what is going to make this different? We're going to change this to a write error. Okay, so now I don't know if you remembered before, well, okay, maybe if you didn't see the previous video, I'll just show you how this will look like. So the behavior is it'll write the error, but as you can see, it kind of like it does show you the error, but it's not, kind of stated as an actual error. So because I don't know if you saw the previous error from the throw, and maybe when on default errors they all show up red. And okay, so now I'm changing it to write error. So let's see what happens now. There you go. So as you can see, it kind of built out the error structure for us because we're using the write error exception. And so now it's in red. It tells us exactly where the error happened and what's the error message, etc. So you can see how it built out the error message and all the categories and the extra information that an error would have. And it still falls in the creating custom error messages. As you can see, when I declare the error variable up here, error message, this is the custom error message I created here. And all I just did was just take that variable. I'm using the write error, which will write to the console. And this also writes to a log. This was from a code from a previous a video before this one. So and this is what the error messages came up with. And as you could see, from yesterday we did 2, and today we ran it twice. And it's kind of showing you how we're writing it to an error log as well. Okay, so I think we covered everything on the errors. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And just to go over what we covered the write errors. So that's like for non-terminating custom error messages. We did the throw. That's for creating terminating error messages with custom error messages. And we also covered the try catch block, and not this video alone, but in previous videos as well. And that's for like capturing the errors and providing custom feedback. And there are others. Well, I think we did custom functions and some others in previous videos as well. So let's close off with our quote of the day. Okay, so it's going to be Daniel chapter 3 verse 17. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. Alright, don't forget to read your Bible, and if you're not going to church, try to find a good Bible-based church, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.